Hey guys, Laid Back Gaming here, bringing you the top 10 Halo 4 racetracks of the summer. This is the number 1 through 5 video. At number 5, we have Underpass by Alex J189, and I actually originally saw this map on Decay23's channel. That's where I originally saw it. I had never heard of him before, and he submitted a map, and I'm really glad that he did. It was in the voting video, and it actually received a lot of votes. I think because now in the racing community, there's a larger amount of people that favor, competitive style racetracks, and that's what this is. This is kind of like a tournament type track, and it's a really well made track. It's a lot of fun. If you get a lot of people racing on this, it can be a lot of fun. The jump back there works great. I've never had any problems with it, and the landing is always, as you saw, if you want to go back to that section of the map, you can see my wheels, my mongoose. It doesn't even look like I was moved from the track because I landed so smoothly, and so I think he did a great job on this map. I've never been a good racer when it comes to competitive maps like this, but I do enjoy racing them. Even though I'm not the best, you can see that I'm slowly losing ground. There's actually somebody who's behind me who's going to end up catching up and beating me. But the jump that I was mentioning is this jump right here. It's always, been really well. It's always landed fairly smoothly. I've never had a rough landing on that jump, and so it's always been pretty fun. But you can see the mongoose behind me is really catching up. I always hit the walls when I'm racing these maps, and I always do a bad job. But I did 2 laps because this is a shorter map. But I think Alex J did a great job on this map, and I'd never heard of him before, so it's great to see new forgers that I had never heard of making new maps and stuff. And so I hope he continues to make more maps and continue to submit maps to my videos. At number 4, we have Verdant by Frederick11, and this is a roller coaster map, and he's got some interesting aesthetics on the outside. It's, I don't know if he ran out of stuff, but there's probably a point to some of the aesthetics. There's a lot of like random blocks kind of floating out in the, outskirts of the map. I think there was a ship in the middle of this map, but I can't remember exactly. I think this is a fun map. I enjoy the map. It's a smooth map. It's not an overly difficult roller coaster. Some roller coasters to some people can be like annoying because they're just can be very difficult for some people, and some people don't enjoy that. But I honestly kind of enjoy some of the difficult roller coasters that like for example Source Styles makes. I really enjoy those maps because it's so challenging that it's almost like it makes it very satisfactory whenever you do finish a map and stuff. But I thought this was a really fun map, and I love the rock turn. I'd already gone over the rock turn, but there's something about rock turns that they're so great, and I just love racing them. His transitions are also really nice. They're not too bumpy or anything. You can see, like for example, like this one, they're pretty smooth transitions, and so there wasn't any problems with any of the transitions in his map. And so I think overall it was a fun map, and I'm glad to see that he made the top 10, and I know he's going to be happy that he made it this far. He wanted me to mention something about how his map really sucked, and obviously I'm not going to do that. I think it's a great map, and hopefully a lot of people will download these maps. And there's going to be links to download all of these maps in the description, so if you want to download these maps, then be sure to go down to the description and download those. And at number 3, we have Nude by Noble Forger. And Noble Forger, it's probably not a surprise he's in the top 10. He's usually always in the top 1 through 5 because his maps are really great and really well made, extremely smooth. I love all of his maps, and I know a lot of people are big fans of his maps as well. But this is a double wide map or a sky track, depending on the terminology you prefer to use. But really, the only complaint I guess I have for this map is this jump right here. Obviously, you can see sometimes it doesn't work. If you're going over the edge with multiple people and you're kind of battling it out with multiple people, it's probably going to mess up. But if you're racing by yourself, then it should work all the time. And when that jump does work perfectly, it's so much fun. You saw from my perspective just how cool it looked for the turn to work like that. It was just really cool. I like some of the jumps that he put in here. I love the glass cover turns. I've always been a huge fan of glass cover turns and rock turns, but he does a good job at making this spiral. It's a little slow, but obviously at a tough angle going uphill, it's it's not gonna be fast unless you throw man cannons down there. But yeah, I thought this was a great map, and Noble Forger is always making good maps, and he's always kind of I guess obviously you can say sky tracks are kind of repetitive in a way, but I think Noble Forger does a good job at like surprising me at least surprising me in the way that he makes his maps different for other things. This jump works really well as well, and so it's cool to see him adding these at least some jumps into the map into double wides, because some people really don't like double wides that don't have any jumps because they're so bland. But here's another view of the jump, because I wanted to put the second lap in there just to show you how it works, and it's really fun when it does work. So great job to Noble Forger. And at number 2, we do have Noble Forger again with Decay. So this is Decay by Noble Forger on Erosion. Surprisingly, I've never actually seen a legitimately really good double wide on Erosion that I can recall, but I think this one definitely takes the cake, because it's Yeah, very well made. Really cool. Again, it's you don't really see double wides on erosion that often, and so Noble Forger, not surprisingly, has impressed me. I thought this was a really cool map. Honestly, it's probably one of my favorite maps, Skytracks, that I've seen in a long time because it's just different. It's not necessarily different in the sense of Skytracks in general, just kind of how they're made. Obviously, all the turns are like similar, but just making it on this map and having it wrap around these different rocks and stuff, I think was really cool. And again, he also kept a few jumps in there, which kind of mixed it up and made it better. But all the twists and turns are all very, very smooth and well made. And he added a few little aesthetics here and there. And so I think overall this was a really fun map to play on. And again, I was just impressed with how he made this on erosion, because I don't know. I guess for me, I don't think I could make a double wide on erosion. I don't know what it is exactly, but I don't think I could do it. But I love this turn right here that he uses with the shield doors. He utilizes those so well. And I absolutely love that turn, how he places the shield doors where they need to be in order to turn you around really quick. I think that was an awesome feature that I don't think I've seen that in a double wide map before. So overall, great job to Noble Forger. And at number 1, we have Whitewater National by King Edward I, or King Edward I, depending on how you want to say it. It is an I in his gamertag, though. And this is a really fun map, and a lot of people really wanted this map to be in the top 10. And a lot of them were talking about, like, this better be in the top 10 because it definitely took the most skill to forge, which I'm definitely not going to argue with, because maps like this, motocross, supercross maps, all that stuff are very difficult to forge. And I don't know why I slowed down right here. I have no idea what I was thinking. But, these maps do take a lot of skill to forge because, when you're dealing with jumps like this, you really have to make the track. I mean, you have to spend so much time making sure the jumps work well. There's a couple of these jumps that I accidentally slowed down on. I'm not really sure why. When it comes to motocross and supercross maps, I'm definitely not the strongest racer for those. But, when these maps like this, you hit these jumps perfect, or when you make these jumps perfect, like some of these forgers can do, it's very, very impressive. And it's amazing, how well they can make these jumps work, because it's very difficult to make all these off-angle jumps work so well, and they do a really good job at doing it. And especially King Edward, I'm not familiar with all of his maps, but I know he's made multiple maps, supercross maps and motocross maps, and so you're more than welcome to go and check out his file share to look at more maps that he's made like this. But these maps are very impressive, and so I think it definitely deserves to be in the top 10. And I know a lot of people are going to be happy that it is at number 1. I think it's awesome, because I honestly don't know if a map like this, a supercross or motocross type map, has ever been number 1. It maybe once before, but I don't think this has ever happened. So I think it's great for that part of the racing community that they get a map like this up at number 1. I think it's awesome. And if you love maps like this and you want to go check out more, then feel free to go check out halotracks.org. I'm going to have a link to that website in the description. But if you've never checked it out, it's basically a website where you can go and you could submit your maps. You can post your maps on the forums. You can look at other people's maps. They host tournaments and everything like that. It's a great community to go check out, so I definitely recommend checking it out. But great job to King Edward. I know he's going to be happy, and I'm hoping that everybody else watching this video is happy that he made number 1. Here's a list of all the maps that were in this video. You're more than welcome to go and download them, and I definitely recommend downloading them all. All of the download links will be in the description again. Also, here's an annotation that will take you to the top 10 racetracks of the summer, numbers 6 through 10, and you can go check that out if you have not already watched it. Also, please let me know which map you think should have been number 1 in this top 10. You can go back and watch the number 6 through 10 video and rewatch this video, and let me know what you thought was the best map in this top 10 series. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like this, then please be sure to like and favorite the video. Also share it so other people can see it. If you make racetracks yourself and you want to submit some racetracks, then please be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll upload submission videos throughout the months, and you can submit your own videos and also vote for them. So I hope you guys all enjoy this, and if you did, again, please be sure to like it, share the video, and yeah, so thanks so much for watching, guys.